Alright, how's it going everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with something a little different. Not too different to where it's unusual for my channel, but something a little bit different in the sense that it's been modified, right? So, I usually, when I'm on Minecraft, I usually either talk about the game itself or just talk about life, or I talk about things I've been watching, entertainment. But, I'm, I'm going to be talking about entertainment, but I won't be talking about it in the same way that I usually do, where it's kind of like a review format. Instead, I'm going to be ranking it from worst to best. And you would usually see somebody like do a tier list for this, but since we got no money, we're improvising. So we're gonna be ranking them on Minecraft, and what I'm going to be ranking is Fate Granddaughter Singularities. Since I got asked in the comments like, "Hey, Mr. YouTuber, rank singularities in Fate Granddaughter," and I also been asked to read Berserk, but the time will come, young one, I promise. But for right now, I'm gonna be ranking all of them. Every singularity. This is not going to include the sub singularity, so Shinjuku, Agartha, Shimosa, and Salem, and this is not gonna include the lost belts, so 1 through 6, because I haven't seen all of the lost belts. I haven't played through all of them, and I haven't played through all the sub singularities. So videos will come out on those parts of the game when I finish them. But since I finished all the singularities, I can talk about them. Well, not at length, but I can talk about them. And there's nine blocks here because there's 7 singularities for like the main game, and then there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, all right, I'm right. There's 9 of them, and so I'm gonna rank them from worst to best. Wait, is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? That's 8. No wonder I don't have. Alright, I forgot to place down the final one. There you go. So basically, we're going from brown being like gaki, poo poo. You go red from being just this is rotten tomatoes, terrible. Orange, like you're getting there a little bit. It has promise, but it wasn't great. Then you get yellow. It's like this is alright. It isn't. It it it's a little bad, but it's alright. Then you get to green, which is like, this is alright. This is okay. Then you get to blue, it's like, this is good. This is good. And you get to blue, it's like, this is good. This is great. This is borderline great. You get to purple, this is great. This is one of the best things. This is pretty good. I am confident that this is good. And then white, this is the best. For sure, the best thing here. Bar none, the king, queen, royalty. So that's how it's gonna go. And number one, the one that I'm putting here, is Okeanos. And some people may be surprised, some people may not be. I don't like Okeanos. I think it's. Oh, okay. I'm gonna call it garbage because that is a strong word. But I personally myself think it's garbage. I don't like it. I was playing throughout Okeanos when I first started, like over a year ago now. I was going through, and I just could not stand some of the characters. I couldn't stand some of the characters. I thought the story was mad boring because if you ask me what happened in Okeanos, I could just tell you Francis Drake, and that's it. That's the only thing I could tell you about Okeanos that actually stuck with me. There's nothing else in Okeanos that stuck with me that I could remember except Francis Drake being cool, that they were on a boat, that they were out at sea, and that's it. Like I did not like David. I didn't like Blackbeard. I didn't like most of the characters. Well, some of the characters. I thought that the Gorgon sisters were pretty cool. Asterios was there as well. I thought that was pretty cool. But Okeanos, to me, is at the bottom of the pillar because I myself cannot stand it. Which is funny, right? Because you look over there and you see a pirate over there. Excuse me, that's redundant. You see a pirate over there, and then you see that, oh, this is the pirate one. So why don't you like that one? It's there's two different kinds of pirates, bro. There's that pirate, and then there's this pirate. There's a reason why he's bigger. Needless to say, though, Frances Drake herself is just cool, so she'll always have a positive opinion in my book. But next, going up a little bit to the yellow, it's this arc or not arc, excuse me. This singularity is a little better than Okeanos, but Okeanos like it's the bottom of the pillar for sure. My personal opinion, I do not like Okeanos, and this this singularity follows the same thing. It follows the same pattern, and it's septum slash, if I can get to slash, Rome. I don't like Rome either. I think Rome is pretty whack. Not as whack as Okeanos, because I at a certain point I just could not stand some of the characters, and till this day I don't hate the characters. I just you're not gonna see me be saying like, oh yeah, Blackbeard he's cool, or David he's cool, or Okeanos is decent. It's just not. Septum's the same way. I don't like Septum either. Granted, actually, I think about it. These two are pretty interchangeable. Okeanos and Septum are pretty interchangeable. The only thing that's saving Septum right now is the fact that Waver and Alexander the Great were both there. So you have some pretty cool things there. I think Rama was there, or Altera was there. She was pretty cool. You have Nero, who I think she's alright. She's not better than Francis Drake, bar none. She's not better than Francis Drake, but there were like one to two more characters in Rome that I liked more than Okeanos. Francis Drake, like peak, I like her more than these characters, but Rome just has more for me to like, even if it's only like 1 to 2% more. But Rome, the story, I cannot tell you what happened in except like, oh, the Roman Empire, the 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 emperors came back and they're like, Nero, you suck. She's like, oh no, and then we win, so on and so forth. Alexander the Great is there, Waver's there, Altera shows up. That's pretty cool. It's just it's worse than mid. It's even below mid. Septum, Rome, I don't like it. Okeanos, worse. So if I had to give these ratings, this is a 3 out of 10. Excuse me, a 3 out of 10. This is a 2 out of 10. It's not complete garbage, but man, does it suck. Alright. Number 3. Number 3. Considering all these here, right? You have this one. You have this one as well. You have this one. Alright, okay. I can say this one. I'm gonna say London is third worst. London is the point where we're starting to get like, alright, this has promise, but it was pretty boring. London is really long, really long, and for that reason alone, it made it boring. Because if a story is gonna be really long, it shouldn't be needlessly long. Because this is still the point in Grand Order where there's just needless fights. It's a gotcha game first and foremost. So these story sections show that it's a gotcha game, and like the old model for it, and it didn't really rub off too well on me. But that doesn't mean that it was all bad like these two. London had some promise, you know. I like the characters like Jekyll and Hyde, Mr. Babbage, Nikola Tesla. Yeah, Nikola Tesla, Kentucky, Mordred. I don't remember if Frankenstein was there or not, but there was some pretty cool what's it called, characters. Like you have Lev there, his story like kind of crescendos at that point, if I'm using the word right. Like London was an improvement from Okeanos and Septum for me. I went there, like it was alright when I finished it, but was it the best thing I've seen like in all of media? No, not really. It's not scorching hot white flame like it is at the top, and it's not brown poo poo mist that is at the bottom. It's almost at the middle of the road, but it's not there yet. As of right now, Septum is, or excuse me, London is a little bit below mediocre or mid. But London had its promise, you know. London had its promise. Some people usually interchange it between London and these three, like being the worst. But for me, London wasn't that bad compared to these two. I can I can remember more characters in London than I could in these two. But regardless, you know, London third worst. But this is where we start getting like this isn't so bad. So number four, we're gonna go. It's a little hard to choose between these two, but I'm gonna go Orleans for this one. Orleans is the first singularity after Fuyuki, so the intro of the game. And Orleans is a fun introduction. You got Jean Arc, you got Jean Alter, you got Siegfried, which sucks. Siegfried is so underutilized, it's crazy. You got well, what's her name? Dion. And let me see. It's like, is there any other characters in this? I don't really remember. Characters I've got. Oh, let's do it. Show me the characters. Show me the characters. Show me the characters. No, 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 no. Hold on. What would you put? No, not. Oh my gosh. There you go. Oh, you got Giles. You got Atalanta. You got Elizabeth Bathory. You know, normal, chill characters. Well, not really chill, but Kiyohime was there. That's pretty crazy. Where are you? So yeah, you got Siegfried, Giles, Deon, Atalanta, Elizabeth, Georgios, Marie, Martha. Martha was pretty cool. You got Mozart. That conversation between Mash and Mozart was really good. You got Samson, Phantom of the Opera, Carmilla, Lancelot, Vlad, Kiyohime, Jean d'Arc. I do not remember Vlad or Kiyohime or Lancelot being there, but I guess that just goes to show how I don't remember the early ones. But these characters in the beginnings, they're not bad at all. They're definitely not bad. I can remember more from those than uh where are the characters for this one? Oh wait, is that it? Atalanta was back again? Are you serious? Huh, weird. Alright, just to go over these ones again, just to show a little. Oh, I forgot he was there. That's pretty cool. All right, but just to go over these a little bit more. So Okeanos had Atalanta, Uriel, Teach or Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard, Heracles, Asterios, Eric the Blood Axe, Orion, David, Hector, Francis Drake, Annie Bonny or Anne Bonny, and Mary Reed. You got Medea, and you got Jason. And these characters in concept aren't too bad. Like I like Orion, I like Atalanta. Heracles is alright. Asterios is alright. Hector's kind of cool. Medea's kind of cool. Jason sucks. Like these are some interesting characters, but just not memorable enough to me. And then you got Septum. So let me go back there just so I can see all the characters again. You got all these people. You got Nero. You got Julius Caesar. You got Altera, Elizabeth Bathory, Leonidas, Romulus, Boudica, Alexander, Waver, the one of the Gorgon sisters, Jinke, Lubu, Spartacus, weird guy with the weird name, Darius, and Tamamo. Alright, yeah, these characters kind of suck, but some of them are pretty cool. And then you got London, so let's go there. Jack the Ripper, Mordred, Nikola Tesla. I named most of these, but you got Hans Christian Andersen. I forgot about him. He was pretty good. You got William Shakespeare, Mephistopheles, Kentucky, Tamamo, Nursery Rhyme, Jack the Ripper, Mordred, Nikola Tesla, Artoria, Hohenheim, Babbage, Frankenstein. Yeah, Frankenstein was there. Solomon showed up too. I forgot about that. Yeah, London has some pretty good characters. And then you go to Orleans, which I already mentioned. And overall, Orleans was a fun first introduction to the singularities. It was the first one besides Fuyuki, so I can see why it may have been worse than the other ones, but not as bad as the ones that we got later on. Because the characters were alright. It was the beginning of the game. There were better characters later on, but overall, Orleans is inoffensive. It's just below mid, but borderline mid at the same time. It's okay. It's just okay. The story I cannot tell you. It was just Jean Arc and John Alter. and Giles being weird. You got Siegfried slaying dragons and Fafnir, so on and so forth. You know, just normal stuff, I guess. Orleans was okay, in my opinion. And now we're getting to the middle of the totem pole. What is the middle of the totem pole? And you know what it is? It's Fuyuki. Fuyuki is the first thing that you do in the game. You get the intro out of the way, everything goes down, and you go to Fuyuki, which is 2004 Japan. And you know you're just doing a normal Grail War, but the servants that you know from Fate Stay Night are all warped and manipulated. And we see Cucullin, we see Emiya, we see Medusa, we see Artoria, all these people, and it's a good introduction because it shows that characters can die. Characters for sure can die in this, so you got to be careful. It's a good introduction to what this game is about and the potential that it really had. Because Fuyuki, it's gripping, you know. If you like Fate Stay Night or just like Fate period, or if you're interested in gacha games to play and you want a decent story, Fuyuki shows that this has a decent story. It could potentially be a decent story, but you just have to come along with it to see it. It's not the greatest thing ever, because I mean obviously it's in the middle for me. But Fuyuki, it has its promise, you know. It has its promise. You got the smallest amount of characters with like seven. Fuyuki characters go like, because you know the ones that I already mentioned are just were just the classes, but you know you have Artoria, Benkei. Excuse me, is this the right list? Um, uh, did yeah, I guess. All right. Well, yeah, you got Artoria, you got Lancer, who was Benkei. Apparently, I did not know that. You got Medusa, you got Emiya, Medusa again. You got Darius, the Boudica. Yo, who are these characters? These are not the same character, bro. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Heracles, Hassan, uh, Cucullin. Weird. Super strange. Yeah, I'm not even gonna count that list. I don't know what was going on there. But you know, you got Solomon showing up again. You got Lev. You got Olga. All these people showing up. And Fuyuki, by all intents and purposes, is a good intro. It's a middle of the road on the podium, but it's inoffensive. It's not like these, but it's not like that. But you know what is like that? The next one. And the next one, like, you'll see a trend with these, but in a way that they're listed. So, next is America. America is the fifth singularity. Oh, I forgot to mention. All right, so this is the third singularity. This is the second. This is the fourth. This is the first. This is the intro. This is the fifth. So America's the fifth singularity with all these characters showing up, and it's like 17 something. Let me take a look. America. No, 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 no. I want America singularity. I want America characters singularity. There you go. Okay. So where these are all the characters over here. I have the game open on my phone just in case. But here it is. Alright. So you got characters, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful characters that are not showing up on the list because I'm scrolling, 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 scrolling. Nope, not interludes, participants. Okay. So you got Florence Nightingale, you have the Armood, you have uh uh Fionn Matt Cumhill, I forgot he was there. You got Karna, you got Helena, who I do like. I like her character, she's pretty funny. You got Geronimo, Billy the Kid, Robin Hood, Elizabeth Bathory again, Nero, Fergus, Beowulf, Rama, Li Shuen, Thomas Edison, Skaha, Cucullin, Arjuna, Meeb, Nikola Tesla, and I don't know who that is. I think that's the Demon Pillar. But this cast of characters is different from the usual ones. We're getting new characters. We're seeing people like Billy the Kid here who are American and all that, like American characters, but also other characters because it's mixing in with like Celtic and Indian, I think. Um, mythology. Oh, shit. And all these characters, I like most of them. I like Karna. I know most people don't, but Skaha's pretty cool. You got Li Wen, Rama, all these people. Baby the Kid is cool, but he's not cool until you see why, and it's not in the singularity. But America overall, it's the resistance versus the Celtic people, and it's super cool because you even have Thomas Edison, who's a giant lion mixed with technology, and it's super cool. He's every president mixed into one. Like America is the change where you notice, like, yo, what happened to the writing in this game? Why is it so good now? And granted, it's America isn't the peak of the writing for sure. America is not the peak, and because I think my friends told me like the Nasu, who was the person who wrote Fate Stay Night, came in to help write for Grand Order, since he wasn't writing it in the original first four or five, I guess. And it really shows, honestly. It really shows how much a helping hand with somebody who is used to the original source material can make. And I appreciate it because America was a good singularity. That was when I noticed, like, hey, this story's kind of fire. America's dope. The characters overall, they're cool. Florence Nightingale, I I think she's pretty dope, especially with her event that happened later on. But yeah, MVP for this one I forgot to mention. Uh, Francis Drake, no doubt. This one, uh, Waver, Waver and Alexander, they get the co MVP. This one, Mordred. Let's just say Mordred. This one, uh, Mash. I'm just gonna put Mash honestly. Fuyuki, Fuyuki, Kakolan. In America, hard to say honestly. Honestly, I put the Lancer class. Period. The Lancers in this story are fire. They're pretty dope. But overall, America, it's good. It's good, but it's not great because there's other things in the list that are better. And one of them that is better, which is fitting for the color that this is gonna be on, is Camelot. Ah, excuse me, not Camelot. It's Camelot. There you go. I spelled it wrong. Camelo. There you go. Cam a lot. There you go. Camelot. Camelot, the Arthurian lore with all that is the sixth singularity. And Camelot is good. Camelot is without a doubt in my mind good. Because you'll see once like you go from Camelot and beyond, these arcs, or not arcs, excuse me, singularities have media outside of the game. Camelot has two movies that have been released for it, and it was animated by the people that made Apocrypha. Jeez, yo, excuse me, I'm voice cracking so much, holy. But it was made by the same people that made Apocrypha, animated by it at least. And then the other ones after that are the same way but by different people. And Camelot is good. It is really good. The characters, I enjoy most of them, if not all of them. Camelot characters, show me all of them. I said show me all of them. That is only 6 characters, bro. Alright, so you have Arash, Kurstarm, Mordred, Hassan, Sangzang, Ozymandias, Artoria, Nitocris, Lancelot, Tristan, Gawain, Serenity, Rice Guy, Bedivere, Da Vinci, Gramps, and Sherlock Holmes. It was honestly surprising that there's not that many. That's so interesting. Thought there was more. Hmm. Oh yeah, Tristan. I forgot to. I think I mentioned Tristan. But Camelot has a good rose gallery of characters. It is good. It is all good. The Camelot characters are sick. You got Agravain, who's a sexist, or not a sexist, a misogynist. That's not one of the positive reasons, but I just like to mention it because it's funny. Like you don't see that a lot unless if it's a serious form of media. But aggravating's just a sexist. Like that is so crazy. Or excuse me, a misogynist. But the Camelot characters are cool. The Chinese characters are cool as well. You have the I forgot the name of the place, but the pyramid, the pharaohs, the pharaoh characters are also cool. You have Da Vinci, who's pretty cool, Holmes, who's cool. The cursed arms, or excuse me, the Hassans are really cool. They all just play so nice together in the story. The story itself is great, by the way. Like Camelot being on top of Israel is just so dope, and all the characters and how they're affected by it. It taking place in a desert, all the battles, all the skirmishes, the story in its climax. The movie was alright. I wasn't my favorite movie from Granddaughter, but Camelot just it's good. It's borderline great. It's just the only thing that sucks about it is the crazy difficulty spike that you see when you get to Camelot, because while the story increases, the difficulty also increases, but exponentially. It is insane. Like I have no other way to describe it except it's just hard, bro. It's just hard. So that kind of marred the fun of it a little bit, but not a lot, because it was definitely an experiment to see how it would work out, and I can see that it worked out in the end, having the hindsight and all that, since hindsight's always 2020. But Camelot overall, you're already at the top three of the totem pole, so Camelot had to be good considering what was at the very bottom. Next, you go Babylonia, and I only have a few words for Babylonia. I can't really say much on it except this is my favorite singularity. Like my personal favorite singularity is Babylonia. No doubt in my mind. I love the characters. You got Gilgamesh, Merlin, Anna, or which is Medusa. You have Gorgon. You have uh, Yoshitsune. You have Benkei. You have what was this dude's name? Quetzalcoatl. You have Jaguar. You have Hassan or Old Man. You have Ishtar. Uh, Ereshkigal. You have Tiamat, all these characters. Like that alone, the fact that I can name most of the characters, if not all the characters, shows that like yo, I like this. I took the time to remember this. Babylonia is my favorite, but it is not the best, and there's a reason why. But Babylonia, personal favorite. I love Babylonia. The story is amazing. The gameplay evened out, so it's not just brutal difficulty. There's the fun stuff. The like the story was honestly meticulously made, so I just love it. It's not perfect, granted, it's not perfect, but going through Babylonia and playing it, I had so much fun with it. Definitely my favorite singularity from the original. Not the best, but personal favorite. It was so much fun. It took that Fuyuki idea where it's like, yeah, let's use the Fate Stay Night characters and use them again. But it made it so original in its own way. And that just makes me love Babylonia. The story is great, the characters are great, the ending is great. Holy, the ending is amazing. Like the anime that Babylonia got, amazing. Well, not amazing. It's good. It's not great. I wish it spent a little more time on it. Like it could have been fleshed out a little more. But Babylonia overall, the anime itself was good. The arc was great. The singularity. It's not an anime. It's not a manga. It's a singularity. Babylonia, 8 out of 10 for sure. But then you have the final one, Solomon. Solomon is the final singularity in the first part of the game. After this, you go to the sub singularities, and then after that, you go to the Lost Boats. And Solomon is good. Solomon is great. Solomon is amazing. All these adjectives, or excuse me, descriptions, are not good enough to describe how good Solomon really is. Like, at first, when you're going through Solomon, you you're seeing all these characters show up again. Like, oh yeah, it's a peak anime moment. You like you can do it, and everybody go on fight Solomon, the guy that who's trying to incinerate history. And then it's just you and Mash fighting him. And that moment right there, when you and Mash are fighting him, is when I fell in love with this singularity. I knew like, yeah, this singularity is a breed, a different cut of meat, like a whole different breed. It is on a whole nother level, bro. I can't even stop describing how good it is. Like this uh singularity does so much for the main character, even though it's just supposed to be a self-insert. It gives the character so much personality. It oh man, like the finale to Solomon is so good. It's the best finale in the entire here the entire singularity list that I just listed. Solomon, I don't even want to spoil much on it because some of the things that happen in Solomon around like the second half are so sick. Like, oh my gosh, Solomon, give it a 9 out of 10 for sure. Solomon is great. That's why it's flaming, or not flaming. It's scorching white fire on top, while purple is pure destruction, pure amazing destruction. Oh, I forgot to mention. All right, so America I already gave the MVPs. Camelot, Bedivere, MVP for sure, no doubt, wholeheartedly. The twist with him was so fire. At Bedivere, most valuable player of the year. Give him the championship. Give him Finals MVP. Give him Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, every single award in the NBA. Babylonia, uh, honestly, tough to say. Really tough to say. I can't pick a most valuable player here. Can't pick an MVP. It's difficult. Because everybody did their part. But hmm. Merlin is pretty fire, but he wasn't the best one. Gilgamesh has claimed to be MVP, but Anna does as well. So does Mash. So does Hassan. So does the Rescue Girl. I don't know. It's difficult, man. It's really difficult. This one though, main character. The main character himself is the MVP, or themselves. Since if it's a girl or a guy, I don't know. But this arc or singularity. This singularity shows like, yo, the main character is a different cutlet, bro. He's a you don't make them. They're not cut from the same cloth anymore, bro. But this is the totem pole for all of the singularities from worst to the best. And overall, I'm excited. I'm excited to cover the sub singularities since it's a lot shorter, so I won't have to talk as much. While also covering the lost belts, which is going to be a whole different discussion. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed. This was so much fun. I'll probably do this for other shows and games and all that, going over like sections of the game and just ranking them. And it's gonna be fun. I know One Piece is definitely gonna get one. That's gonna take like a whole hour or 4 hours. But yeah, overall, Grand Order is a game that I enjoy a lot. I've invested too much time into to give up on it now, and I'm gonna continue to keep playing it. And if this doesn't show it, then hopefully the other tier list will. But again, hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching as always. And dang, I need to work on an outro, yo. I've been doing this for almost a year, and I need to work on an outro still. Crazy. All right. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, I'll check y'all out.